Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing great. I am Neha Rajvanshi and I welcome you all in today's class, that is English class of class 10th. So students, in the previous video we have completed with the topic that is question tags, right? So we have discussed all the rules that are related with this topic. We have seen so many examples also. So I hope that now you all are able to add a perfect question tag to the statement. And now in today's video we will see the practice exercise. We will have some of the statement. After reading the statement, we have to add the perfect question tag to that statement. Okay, so I hope you all are ready to solve the exercise. You all are ready with your answers. So now let's begin our today's video, in which we will do the exercise related with question tags. So now we are having the statements, and after the statement we have to add the question tag. So students, in your examination also we will have the question in this manner also. You will have one statement, after that there will be one comma, and after the comma you have to add the question tag. Okay, so now let's begin with our first sentence, that is I am innocent. So students, when you will solve a question tag topic, so first of all you have to read the sentence very carefully and you have to decide that whether the given statement that is a positive one or negative one, because our question tag, you know, that will be dependent on this thing only, because if we are having a positive sentence then the question tag it will be negative, and if we are having a negative statement then the question tag it will be positive. So now we are having I am innocent. So yes, it's a positive sentence, so obviously the question tag, now we have to make a negative question tag here. So now let's discuss about the auxiliary verb. Here we are having am. Okay, and we have seen the entire list of the auxiliary when we are having auxiliary verb plus not. So we have seen the short form of all the auxiliary verbs, and I hope you all are, you know, able to recall this thing, that am plus not, whenever we have to write am plus not in a short form, then always and always we write aren't. Right, you all remember this thing. So in this sentence also we have to write am plus not, so we will write question tag aren't, and the pronoun we are having I, so we will use same pronoun. So the question tag will be aren't I, and the sentence will be I am innocent, aren't I? Next is I am not clever. So in this sentence we have to observe that whether we are having a positive or negative one. So let's read one more time. The sentence is I am not clever. So we are having not in the sentence, we are having one negative word in the sentence. So we can say that okay, now we are having negative statement. So now the question tag will be positive one. So we are having am here as the auxiliary verb. So we will use same am and I as a pronoun. So question tag it will be am I, and the sentence will be I am not clever, am I? So students, just you know, look here very carefully and just learn this thing, that whenever we have to write am plus not in a short form, so the short form of am plus not it will be aren't I. But if we are having one negative statement and we have to write the positive question tag, then we will write am only. Now we won't replace am with are, but when we are having positive statement and we have to make the negative question tag, then am plus not it will be aren't. Okay, it's a very important rule, and yes, you have to learn this thing, and this is the reason we are having such examples here in this practice exercise, so that we can practice more and more, and with the help of this practice we can learn all these rules. Now the next one we are having I am reading the Gita. So again we will observe that whether the sentence is a positive or negative. So let's read one more time. The sentence is I am reading the Gita. It's a positive sentence. So obviously now the question tag it will be negative. This thing is very much clear. Again we are having am in the sentence. So negative tag means auxiliary verb plus not. It means we have to write am plus not. So what is the short form of am plus not? It is aren't. And again we are having I, the pronoun will be I, and the question tag will be aren't I, and the complete sentence will be I am reading the Gita, aren't I? Next one, you are writing a letter. So again we will observe that the given statement is a positive one or negative one. So we are having here you are writing a letter. So here again we are having one positive statement. So this thing is clear that the question tag it will be negative. Now we are having are writing, it means we are having present continuous tense here, and we will use the same auxiliary are plus not, and the short form will be aren't. The pronoun that is given to us is you, so we will use the same pronoun here, and the question tag will be aren't you, and the complete sentence will be you are writing a letter, aren't you? Okay. Next sentence we are having you are not helping me. So in this sentence we can observe that we are having one negative word, we are having not here, so it's a negative sentence. So one thing is clear here that we have to make a positive question tag. So we are having are as the auxiliary verb here, so we will use the same auxiliary. We are writing are, pronoun is you that is given to us, so we will write the same pronoun, and the question tag will be are you, and the complete sentence will be you are not helping me, are you? Next one, Mahant Babu is very poor. So in this sentence we can see this thing that Mahant Babu is very poor. It's a positive sentence. So now the question tag it will be negative one. So we are having is as the auxiliary verb. So we will use the same auxiliary verb but in negative form. So is plus not. Yes, it will be isn't. So I am writing here isn't. Now let's see, we are having Mahant Babu as the subject. Mahant Babu, it's a noun, it's a proper noun. So now we have to convert this noun into pronoun, because according to the rules that we have discussed, we have to use only and only pronoun in the question text. We cannot write a noun, so we have to replace this noun with the appropriate pronoun. So for Mahant Babu, that's a masculine noun, we will write he as a pronoun. So I am writing here isn't he. So this will be the question tag, and the sentence will be Mahant Babu is very poor, isn't he? Okay, so you have to just learn this thing that in the question tag we have to write auxiliary verb and we have to write pronoun, and if we are making negative question tag, then yes, we have to add not also, and then auxiliary verb plus not, that will be written in the short form like we are having here isn't. Okay, but we cannot use any noun in the question tag, only pronoun can be there. Alright. Next we are having they are playing cricket. So it's again a positive sentence, they are playing cricket. We are having present continuous tense here, we are having is, are, am and first form plus ing, so it's a present continuous tense. So because of this reason that it's a positive sentence, the question tag it will be negative, and auxiliary verb that is given to us it is are, so we have to write the short form of are plus not, that is aren't. So I am writing here aren't. And pronoun we are having they, so we will use the same pronoun aren't they. This is the question tag, and the complete sentence will be they are playing cricket, aren't they? Next example, we are ready to face the difficulties. So in this sentence also we are having a positive statement, right? And we are having are again as the auxiliary verb, so we have to make negative question tag, and the auxiliary verb that is given to us is are, so we have to write are plus not but in a short form, so the short form will be aren't. And now let's take the pronoun. So now we are having we as a pronoun, so we have to use the same pronoun. So students, you have to be very careful, read the sentence again and again and just try to understand that what is the subject, and if you are having the pronoun, then you have to use the same pronoun in the question tag. In this sentence we were having they, so we used the same word, that is they. In this sentence we are having we, so yes, we use the same pronoun, same word, that is we. So here our question tag will be aren't we, and the complete sentence will be we are ready to face the difficulties, aren't we? Okay. Now next, she has given me a notebook. So now we are having a positive statement. So the question tag, it will be -1. So we are having has in this sentence, or we can observe here that this sentence is of present perfect tense, right? We are having has and have, and we are having third form of the main verb. So this is present perfect tense. We are having a positive statement, so question tag will be negative. Has we are having, so has plus not, but we have to write the short form, the contractive form. So has plus not, it will be hasn't. So I am writing here hasn't. Pronoun, we are having she, so we will use the same pronoun. So question tag will be hasn't she, and the complete sentence will be she has given me a notebook, hasn't she? Okay. Next is Manu has sympathy for you. Again we are having a positive statement, so question tag will be negative. Has is there in the statement as the auxiliary verb. We will use the same auxiliary. So has plus not, again it will be hasn't. Now we are having Manu, that is a noun as the subject. Again we have to replace this noun with the pronoun. So we are having Manu. So for Manu, I am writing here he as a pronoun. So question tag will be hasn't he, and the complete sentence will be Manu has sympathy for you, hasn't he? Next one, you have already finished your homework. So in this sentence also we can observe that we are having a positive statement, right? So we have to make a negative question tag. We are having have as the auxiliary verb, so we have to add not in this auxiliary to make the negative question tag. So we will be having have plus not, but we have to write the short form, that will be haven't. So I am writing here haven't. We are having you as the pronoun, so we will use the same pronoun. So question tag, it will be haven't you, and the complete sentence will be you have already finished your homework, haven't you? Next one, I will leave for Mumbai tomorrow. So in this sentence we are having will as the auxiliary verb, and we can observe that this is the positive sentence. So question tag, it will be -1. So now we will write will plus not in a short form. So will plus not, it will be want. So I am writing want. And the question tag, we are having here I as the pronoun, so we will use the same I. So question tag will be want I, and the complete sentence will be I will leave for Mumbai tomorrow, want I. Okay, so students, you have to learn that table that we have already discussed, in which we were having all the auxiliary verb. We were having, you know, their short form when we have to add not with those auxiliary verb. So you have to learn this thing, that will plus not, it will be want. Okay. Now we are having he dare not to talk to me. So we are having a negative statement here. So now the question tag, it will be +1. So we are having dare. So we will use the same word dare. He is given to us, so we will use the same pronoun. Question tag will be dare he, and the complete sentence will be he dare not talk to me, dare he. Next is he does not dare to talk to me. So students, you have to be very careful here, that in this sentence dare is there, and in this sentence also we were having the dare. But what is the difference? The difference is that here dare, it was the modal auxiliary, but now here dare, it is there in this sentence as the, you know, we can say main verb, because we are having does as the auxiliary verb, and dare, it is the action word here. This is the main verb here. Okay, so now we will make the question tag using does only. I hope this is clear to you all. Again I am repeating this thing, dare, it is used in two ways. It can be used as a modal auxiliary, like we are having in this sentence, that is he dare not talk to me, and it is the action verb also. It is also used as the main verb, like we are having in this sentence. So in this sentence does is the auxiliary verb, so we will make our question tag using does. We won't use dare here. Why? Because in this sentence dare is the, you know, main verb and does is the auxiliary verb. Alright, so now we are having he does not dare to talk to me. So the sentence that is given to us, it's a negative one. I hope it is clear. We are having does not. So now the question tag, it will be positive one, and we have to use does as the auxiliary, and he is given to us as the pronoun. We will use the same pronoun. So now the question tag will be does he, and the complete sentence will be he does not dare to talk to me, does he. Okay, so yes, you have to be very careful about this word, that is dare. It can be used in two ways. It can be the modal auxiliary also, and it can be the action word, or we can say the main verb also. Okay. Next is you daren't come here. Again we are having daren't, and here in this sentence we are having this word as the modal auxiliary. We are having negative sentence. So now the question tag will be positive, and we will use only dare as the auxiliary. So here we have to write dare, and pronoun subject, that is you, we will use the same pronoun. So now the question tag will be dare you, and the complete sentence is you daren't come here, dare you. Okay. Next is you don't dare to come here. Again we are having this example to clear this thing, that in this sentence dare, it was used as the modal auxiliary. This was the reason in the question tag we used this word. But now in this example we are having do as the auxiliary word, and dare, it is used in this sentence as the action word. So now the question tag of this sentence will be with do but not with dare. Alright, so in this sentence also we are having negative statement. So the question tag, it will be positive one. So we will use do and you. So now the question tag will be do you, and the complete sentence will be you don't dare to come here, do you. Next is it will be raining. So now in this sentence we are having a positive statement, it will be raining. So now the question tag, it will be negative one. We are having will here as the auxiliary, will plus not, it will be want. So we have to write want, and it, we will use same word it. So question tag will be want it, and the sentence will be it will be raining, want it. Okay, so actually question tag, it's a very easy topic. We have to write only two words. We have to write auxiliary only, and we have to write pronoun only. But yes, we have to follow some rules while writing the appropriate auxiliary and while writing the appropriate pronoun. And yes, you have to be careful that whether we have to make a positive question tag or a negative question tag. Alright. Next sentence is you know me very well. So yes, it's a positive sentence, you know me very well, and we are not having any auxiliary in this sentence. It means the auxiliary is hidden here. So here we have to recognize the tense. Here we have to recognize the auxiliary word. So let's see, you, it is a plural subject. With plural subject we are having first form of the main verb. So it means in this sentence do is hidden here, and this sentence belongs to present simple tense. Right? So yes students, the topic tense, it is actually very useful topic, because in so many other topics the knowledge of tense, it is used. So because of the knowledge of the tense, we can see, we can observe that we are having present simple tense here, and do is hidden here in this sentence. So yes, we will use do plus not. The short form will be don't. So here we have to write don't, and we are having you. So question tag, it will be don't you, and the complete sentence will be you know me very well, don't you. Next is he need not go there. So yes, need, it is also one of the modal auxiliary. We are having negative sentence. So question tag, it will be positive one. So we will use same auxiliary, that is need, and he pronoun, we will use the same pronoun. So now question tag will be need he, and the sentence will be he need not go there, need he. Next is we shan't go there. Shan't, this is the short form of shall plus not. So we are having a negative statement. So now the question tag, it will be positive one. So we will use the same auxiliary, that is shall. and we are having we as the subject, so we will use same pronoun here, and the question tag will be shall we. The complete sentence is we shan't go there, shall we. So you have to learn this thing that shall plus not, it will be shan't. Okay. Next is we may win the cricket match. In this sentence we are having one modal auxiliary, that is may. We are having a positive statement, so the question tag, it will be -1. It will be may plus not, that is meant. And we pronoun, we will use the same pronoun. So now the complete sentence will be we may win the cricket match, meant we. Next is you should not scold your daughter. Again we are having should, that is one of the modal auxiliary, but the sentence is a -1, so we have to make a positive question tag. So here we will write should and you, that is given to us. Question tag will be should you, and the complete sentence will be you should not scold your daughter, should you. Next is we ought to respect our elders. Again ought to, it's a one of the modal auxiliary, so we are having positive statement, so question tag will be -1. We have to write ought plus not, that is oughtn't. And we. So the complete sentence is we ought to respect our elders, oughtn't we. Next is nothing is mine. So yes, it's a very tricky one, it's a very important. We have to observe that nothing, it is one of the negative word. So because of this word we can say that we are having a negative sentence here. So the question tag, it will be +1. This is first thing. So we are having is as the auxiliary, so we will write is. Now let's talk about the pronoun. We are having nothing. So yes, we have discussed this thing also, that whenever we are having nothing, something, anything, such word, so then the pronoun, it will be it. So here our proper question tag will be is it, and the complete sentence is nothing is mine, is it? Next is I have little money. So in this sentence we are having little. Little, yes, it is also negative word. Yes, you have to be very careful, students. Little, it is regarded as a negative word, and because of this word we are having a negative sentence. So now the question tag, it will be +1. So we are having have as the auxiliary. We will use same have and I. So question tag will be have I, and the sentence is I have little money, have I. Next is you know a little about me. So be very careful. In this example we were having little, but now we are having a little. So what is the difference? The difference is that little, it is the negative word, but a little, it is the positive word. This single letter word a, it gives a positive sense, it gives the positive meaning to this word. So a little, it's a positive word. Now we are having a positive statement. So now the question tag, it will be -1. Okay, so now again we are having no auxiliary, so we have to recognize the auxiliary. The sentence is you know a little about me. Again we are having plural subject and first form of the main verb. It means do is hidden here, and we have to make negative tag. It means do plus not. Short form will be don't, and you as the pronoun. So it will be don't you. The complete sentence is you know a little about me, don't you. Okay. Next, you have a few good books. Again we are having a few. So you have to be careful that few, it is a negative word, but a few, it's a positive word. So now we are having a positive statement. So the question tag, it will be -1. We are having have as the auxiliary. So we have to use have plus not, that will be haven't. And you, it will be haven't you. The complete sentence is you have a few good books, haven't you. Next is it is rarely found these days. So in this sentence we are having rarely. Because of this word we can say that we are having a negative statement. So yes students, we have discussed all these words. You have to learn these words, that all these words are considered as the negative words, and if we are having any of these words in the sentence, then the sentence becomes a negative sentence, and then the question tag will be a positive question tag. Alright, so now we are having a negative sentence, so question tag will be a positive one. We are having is, so we will use same auxiliary and it as the pronoun. So the complete sentence will be, it is rarely found these days, is it? Okay. Next, I cannot drive a car. In this sentence we are having can, that is the modal auxiliary, and we are having a negative sentence, so we have to make a positive question tag. We will use same modal auxiliary can and I. Complete sentence will be, I cannot drive a car, can I? Next is open the window. So here we are having imperative sentence. I hope now you all are able to understand, you all are able to recognize what imperative sentence actually means. So we are having open the window, that is an example of a positive imperative sentence. So now we are having two options. We can write will you also, and we can write want you also. Both the answers are absolutely right. Okay, so we can say open the window will you, and we can also say open the window want you. You just have to remember this thing, that in imperative sentence we have to use will as the auxiliary and you as the pronoun. But if we are having positive imperative sentence, then we are having the options. We can use will you also, it means we can make a positive question tag also, and we can use want you also, it means we can make a negative question tag also. Clear? Next we are having please attend the class in time. So again we are having imperative sentence, so we can say positive imperative sentence. So the answer will be will you. It is absolutely right, and we can write want you also, that is also absolutely correct answer. Next is work hard. So yes, again we are having positive imperative sentence. So in this sentence we can add question tag as will you. If you are writing want you, then also your answer is absolutely correct. Next is please take your seat. So again we are having positive imperative sentence. So in this sentence we can write will you. Okay. Next, let us dance together. So yes, this is imperative sentence, but what is the difference? The difference is that we are having letters in the beginning. So yes, we have discussed this thing also when we were having all the rules, that if we are having letters in the beginning of the sentence, then the question tag will be shall we. So now in the place of you we have to write we, and in the place of will we have to write shall. When we are having letters in the beginning of the sentence, when our imperative sentence starts with letters, then the question tag will be shall we. So here the complete sentence will be let us dance together, shall we. Okay. Next is let's work hard. So yes, let's, it is also the same letter, so it can be written like this, let us, and it can be written like this, let's. Okay, both means exactly same. If we are having any of these words, then the question tag it will be same, that is shall we. So now we are having let's work, so again our question tag will be shall we. Okay. Next sentence, let us complete this project. So in this sentence we are having letters, so students don't get confused. Let us and let's, they are exactly same words. So we are having let us complete this project. So again our question tag will be shall we. Okay. Next is let her do that. So now we are having a different word. Now this is not let's, this is not let us. Now after let we are having her. So this is a difference that is there in this sentence. So now our question tag want to be shall we, but now we have to write will you. So students, you have to learn this thing, shall we. This question tag is applicable only when we are having let's, or we can say let us. But if we are having let me, let her, let him, let them, like such words after let, then the question tag will be will you. Only and only if we are having us after let, then only we have to write shall we. But if we are having any other word after let, then the question tag will be will you. Alright. Next is I shall have courage. So we are having a positive sentence. So the question tag, it will be a negative one. We are having shall. So to make a negative question tag, we have to write shall plus not. And the short form of shall plus not is shan't. And I. So the complete sentence will be I shall have courage, shan't I. Next one, the boys make a noise. So in this sentence we are having a positive statement. So the question tag will be a negative one. So we are having a plural subject and we are having first form of the main verb. It means do is hidden here. So we will use do plus not, that is don't. And the boys, so we are having the boys as the subject, that is a noun. So we have to replace this noun with the appropriate pronoun. So we are having plural. So for plurals we always use the they as the pronoun. So here our question tag will be don't they, and the complete sentence will be the boys make a noise, don't they. Next is nobody liked your activities. So here we have to be very careful that we are having nobody. Because of this word, because of this negative word, we are having a negative statement here. So now the question tag will be positive. We are having liked, that is the second form of the main verb. It means did is hidden here. So in the question tag we will use first of all did. And for nobody, what pronoun we have to use? We have to use a they. We have discussed all these rules already, students. So just to learn all the rules that we are having, when somebody, anybody, nobody, then the appropriate pronoun will be they. Okay. So here our question tag will be did they, and the complete sentence will be nobody liked your activities, did they. Okay. Next is let her study. So now again we are having let, but after let we are having her. It means now our question tag will be will you. Let her study, will you. Next is there are 10 girls in my class. So we are having a positive statement here. So question tag, it will be negative one. Now let's see, we are having are. So are plus not, it will be aren't. And we are having there in the beginning. So we have discussed this thing also in our rules, that if we are having there, so we will write there here in the question tag. So the complete sentence will be there are 10 girls in my class, aren't there. Next is these are your books. So we are having a positive statement. So the question tag will be a negative one. So we are having are plus not, it will be aren't. And we are having these. So when we are having these, those, such words, so always we use they. So the complete sentence will be these are your books, aren't they. Next is someone has broken the chair. So we are having a positive statement here. So the question tag will be a negative one. We are having has. So has plus not, it will be hasn't. So first of all let's write hasn't. Now let's talk about the pronoun. We are having someone as the subject. So if we are having someone, no one, anyone, such words, so always as the pronoun we have to write they. So here the sentence will be someone has broken the chair, hasn't they. Next is you won't be late. So here we are having won't, it means we are having a negative statement. So now the question tag, it will be positive one. So we will write will and you, that is given to us. So now the complete sentence will be you won't be late, will you. Next is nothing was sold. So we are having nothing. Because of this word we can say that we are having a negative statement. So now the question tag will be a positive one. We are having was, so we will use same was here, and to replace nothing we have to use it. So it will be was it, and the complete sentence will be nothing was sold, was it. Okay. So students, we have discussed so many sentences in this practice exercise. We almost covered all the rules that we have discussed, all the sentences related with those rules. Okay. So now I hope that a perfect revision was there in this practice exercise. So just learn all the rules, just see all the examples that we have discussed, and then only do this practice exercise by your own. Okay. So just a few rules are there, that how can we use appropriate pronoun, how can we replace the words with the appropriate pronoun, how can we use the auxiliary verb, how can we make the negative question tag. Okay, so you have to learn all these rules, then I am sure that you will be able to do this topic, that is question tag, in a very perfect manner in your examination. Okay, so in the next video we will start our next topic. So just be with me and see you in the next video. Thank you.